Hi, this is British SA and you are watching Analogue Culture.
Hello everybody, this is DJ Ndo-C and you are live with me and British SA on Analogue Culture. British SA is one of Candid Being's label owner and a DJ, a compiler of albums, cumbersome. I think you've done volume 1 and 2, no?
Yeah, volume 1 and 2.
Volume 1 and 2, and generally an artist and an all-rounder in the scene. Welcome to Analogue Culture. We figured today we should get you in and get your story and understanding of your timeline for studying and being where you are. So maybe tell us where your journey started.
Where my journey started?
Yeah.
My journey started in terms of falling in love with the music or this event.
Yeah, let's talk about when you decided, all right, now this is my specific genre and I'm going to become a DJ now.
No, it was okay. Being a DJ, I've always played around with a computer, those visual DJs and all these things, but it wasn't something that I would do in public.
Yeah,
it's just something that I would do gently, playing around, doing all those things. Even FL Studio, it was just something that I was just toying around with it. Yeah. And then in this, the direction I took, which is a direction in Deep House, mostly is because of Ndo-C. This guy called Ndo-C. Yeah, the one I own Candid Beans now. Yeah. So he's the one who really initiated me into this music.
Basically.
No, into this industry. Like Deep House wise, yes, we grew up together and then we would listen to all types of music. Then we would enjoy mostly Deep House.
Yeah.
So that's when we decided to branch into Deep House but not neglecting other genres. Yes. So that's when I think it was 2011, 2012.
2011.
Yeah, that's when it was directions Deep House.
Yeah.
Then Ndo-C opened the label together with this guy called Castro.
Yeah.
Castro is one of the top producers.
Yeah.
So he decided along the way that he's no longer gonna be active as much as he was.
Yeah.
So we wanted us to open the label, and then because of I would spend so much time now being just the guy who would come and listen to demos and all that and say, okay, this song is nice, this thing, such things.
Yeah.
So because my aim was scale. That was scale. So music, I knew, okay, sharp, I had passion for this thing, but I would say, okay, I'll do this when I finish scale.
Yeah.
But life is a way of doing its own things, and then I ended up saying, okay, I can multitask the two. I can juggle the two, the music and the scale.
Yeah.
So that's when I decided to join Candid Beings officially now, because all the time most of the time together, listening to music, making music, also Castro teaching us some things here and there. So that's when officially it was 2018. Yeah, when I decided, okay, now I will be active now in the scene.
Yeah.
So that's when a lot of things started
to change.
And
Right. Now you're with Candid Beings and you're based in Cape Town.
Yes.
Right? In fact, before we get to that part, I want to know about Deep in Stellies. How did Deep in Stellies start out?
Deep in Stellies. Hey, the story. Deep in Stellies, it's a movement that started. We hosted our first event within a space of 3 days. And it was a success. And again, I think we chose the right date. Because we knew good people and they would want to enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
So instead of them going to those clubs, fancy clubs and all those things, let's create nyana, some kasi type vibe nyana, so everyone can relate to it. Because most of us, we are up north. And then we always complaining about the type of music that's playing in clubs and all these things. So we ended up starting a movement called Deep House. The movement started really after the first event. That's when we were like, okay, this turned out good. We had like 80 plus people.
Okay.
So we were like, okay, 80 plus people, they didn't pay any fee. We didn't get anything from there. We were just doing it for the fun of it. We were just creating that space for Mandaba Mnyama to actually relate to the type of music and the type of vibe they would want to have around Stellenbosch, which they were not having around.
So now when you guys started out Deep in Stellies, it was you, Manando, Gideon.
It was me, Manando, Gideon. We were three.
Yes.
And then later on, I think 2 weeks later, I saw okay, we would need more people.
To be part of the movement.
Part of the movement, which we ended up having, because there's Piana Umakesh and Keshlo and Kudis. There were people who always Sinabo, and even organizing the first event, getting stuff from there, doing this and this and this and this and this and this. They were there, but they were not really part of the movement, Fandiwan. And at that time, it wasn't really a movement. It started being a movement when Sifaka born, and then you're like, okay, let's do this thing professionally, let's try and see where this thing takes us.
By that time, are you already dealing with Candid Beings?
Yeah, that time I was dealing with Candid Beings.
So you're already doing releases and
with
artists.
That time I was behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Even now I'm still behind the scenes. It's just that now and again I just pop up there with some compilations and some things. But I'm still behind the scenes even now.
How is a relationship yako no Mudasti?
It's a brotherly relationship, because we grew up together, went to the same preschool, if I may put it like that. We spent so much time together growing up. That's why we actually influenced each other in some certain aspects of life.
What does it take to open up a record label?
What does it take? First, before you open a record label, you must know what are you going to deal with in terms of this type of sound that you want. And then you must know how do you want your cover. After you must do a research on how the existing record labels operate. And then from there you find your identity. Okay, I'm gonna deal with deep tech now, or I'm gonna deal with soulful one way. It's soulful. Or it depends on your aim. What do you really want to achieve with this record label? Because sometimes you would see in the industry, there's this type of music, man. They don't really like it. It is not played kakulu. Goma gigs, goma events, or people are just not listening to it kakulu. So if you feel the need to let me push this because of I want this kind of music to be heard, and this kind of artist to be seen, and heard again. So it just takes identifying opportunity, and looking at your strength again. Actually, SWOT analysis. Of the business itself, and food in terms of finding publishers, distribution. We have to deal with accounts, SoundCloud, Mixcloud. We have to have an email address. You see those kind of things.
So
things
the
that
admin side of
they're just admin. But the important thing is you identifying the space that you want to occupy. And the things that you want to do, and your aim and your vision and mission of the label.
How do you guys deal with an artist that releases an EP and says, "Where's the money?"
Where's the money? Oh, that one is simple. That one is simple. Now we just give them the statement, their statement, of how much they did, or how well or how bad they did.
Yeah.
You just give them, say, this is what you did. So.
Okay, so we know sales are not that good, and obviously there's reasons for that.
Yeah.
How are you guys compensating for artists that are really doing good out there in terms of their songs are circulating no matter what way people get them without having to buy and showing sales and numbers? Like, is there do you have an annual Candid Beings event?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, but we are working on it. But for now, we're still doing which is maybe some launches here and there, some listening sessions here and there. So we're just trying to pick that up, and then so far we've received a lot of requests from a lot of people about annual events and maybe some monthly events and all these things. But the problem is that venues and venue owners and all those things. So there's just too much admin, and a lot of people are not willing to really give us a chance to see what can we do. But I think we have proven in terms of quality of the music, the type of music we push, and then the people love what we do. So I think because like most of the club owners or the venue owners, or they are not really abantu who are into music. They're into business and numbers and all that. So if you come and unless someone closer to the owner knows Candid Beings very well and is acquainted to Candid Beings and then that's easier maybe for that person to even put in a word for us. We have to deal with putting it away on all these things. But I know the music speaks for itself. And then music will always touch them. So if the music is good, and then, but for now we are breaking through, and it's nice in terms of events because a lot of people are willing to listen now.
It kind of showed when you guys were on Stay True with Kid Funk.
Or Selective Styles.
Selective Styles. You were on Selective Styles, no Kid Funk. There's a very big breakthrough with the artist that you're choosing, the type of sound that you're choosing, and the platform that you're giving the music. How is a reception at Candid Beings at Cape Town as opposed to Pretoria and Joburg?
I think we're getting more reception from Cape Town.
Is it?
Yeah, more even when we check our stats on our pages. So our intact Ionati and a lot of people who like the page, and most of the page will give you the
stats.
The stats.
Who's engaging
more and who's doing what. So we've noticed with Cape Town we really have a solid base. Solid base.
So it's just a matter of just throwing an event
and proper marketing and all the necessary things that needs to be done.
Who are some of the artists that you guys have released that you find these? Obviously, not segregating or not saying the work is not good enough, but like your heavy hitters, that's why Candid Beings. Let's not say that. Let me ask this instead, Gag. Who are the artists coming out of your Candid Beings?
Coming out of Candid Beings. One artist I can mention now who's making waves. It's Hyperphonic. Hyperphonic. We've worked with Hyperphonic for years. Years and years and years until where he is now. And then we worked with Tybotonic. Is one person that he's been consistent with us. And T-Wide also has been consistent. He's even doing our engineering side of things. So there's actually a lot of them.
There's a lot of them
who are just.
So your catalog is very huge, basically.
Our catalog is very huge. It stems from 2014, 2013. But just that a few of them before, because we changed distribution. So we lost some of the releases. So we had to start from I think we had to start from 2016, 2017. Okay.
Does the label own the masters, or do the artists own their masters?
Label owns the masters.
For how long?
That depends on the negotiation with the artist.
What's your general exploitation time frame?
General exploitation time frame, it's 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah,
Then
3 years,
post
2 years.
They get to get an option of which what do
Yeah,
you do with them.
what do they do with the masters?
Oh, okay. I know it's a fair deal.
But most of them, they don't really come back to us and say, gents, maybe I want my masters or something like that.
Yeah.
Because even though it's like that, they understand that the music is not even making
a lot of money.
A lot of money, yes.
Yeah. It's just to have a home to say, I belong to the state.
Yes.
Are you guys looking at pressing some of the releases that you've done?
Definitely.
Are you going to release particular artists, or is it going to be a combined release?
It's gonna be a combined release, but here again, it's gonna be. Let me say we got this EP, and then this EP it received like they received it well, and then maybe here and there people are requesting for like abantu who are into plastic music.
Yeah,
they request uthi pressiwe and all these things. So if we feel the need to press it, we will press it.
So you're going to press on request basically.
Yeah,
the numbers.
Yeah, press on request based on the numbers and the reception.
Yeah, tell me about Cumbersome. Like, you decided to release Cumbersome. When you released Cumbersome, does it have releases that are on the catalog, or is it releases that you take from scratch and say this particular one is going on the album, this particular one is going on the album?
Yeah, with Cumbersome, I get fresh stuff most of the time, and I make sure it's artists that I really feel they need to be heard.
Yeah,
you know, sometimes a song we would release maybe in an EP. Yeah, let's say EP Ndo-C, for example.
Yeah.
And then EP Ndo-C, there's this song that people are missing, man. They always jump that song.
Yeah.
So we take them, like we pick that song again from the existing catalog. We put it on the like we do that with all our compilations.
Yeah.
If there's a song that a lot of people missed and we feel like this song, it has that potential, we bring it back.
Yeah.
Same as, for example, Ndo-C with panel beat. I don't remember very well when was which panel beat was it. Hyperphonic released a track. I think it was Derivatives or something. Yeah, Derivatives or something like that. But it was an EP, like a Hyperphonic.
Okay.
So a lot of that EP was fire, but people missed it because maybe they were not really they didn't know Candid beans.
Yeah.
At that particular time. So we brought back that track, and then a lot of people started checking now. Okay, who's Hyperphonic?
Yeah.
And then they started listening to the music, checking out also Amarillo from other labels.
Yeah. So what you're saying is Cumbersome is not the only compilation project you guys have. There's more compilation.
Yeah, there's more compilation. There's Robot Series, which I'm done compiling now.
Is this the first one?
No, the second one. The first one was done by Ndo-C.
Oh, okay.
Last year, yeah.
All right.
Around March. It was released around March. And then there's Cumbersome, there's Giants.
Okay.
It just came out now. Giants. It's the reception is sharp.
Yeah.
It's Giants. And then there's Panel Beat.
Okay.
Giants and Panel Beat are done by Ndo-C. And then I'm doing Cumbersome. And there's this other one yet up that I'm working on. It's done already.
Yeah.
Like I have 2 compilations lined up, but I'm not seeing what they're gonna be released this year.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of music that we need to put out. So and the time of the year doesn't allow the type of sound we wanna release with those 2 compilations.
Yeah.
And then Robot Series, it's either done by me or Ndo-C.
Yeah.
And then there's another compilation, that one is a surprise. It's not done by any of us, it's done by someone else.
Within
the music industry.
A very big person.
A very big person. Yes.
Alvin.
That is a surprise. You'll just see it when you.
So it's not Vin.
It's not Vin. It's not
we'll
man.
We'll wait to hear. We'll wait to hear.
Definitely.
Right. So I'm sure you guys get a lot of different types of genres. It might not be just strictly on the deep house case. What do you do with the rest of that sound when it comes in?
Yeah, that's a good question. Now there's two labels that are gonna be okay. One is already in operation. I think we are on the third release now.
Yeah,
we're moving to a third release. Which that one is run by Ndo-C and Ndo-C.
Okay. Yeah.
So he's alone there.
He's alone.
Yeah, on that one. And then this other one, which is run by me alone. So that accommodates the type of sound that doesn't move with our identity.
Yeah.
So maybe like the song is dope. It's powerful, it's just that it doesn't fit our catalog.
Yeah.
So we open those two labels because of we want to accommodate.
Yeah.
The
good music.
The good music. So all the time we reject songs, we reject good songs because of their own fit in the catalog or our identity. So now we decided to open a dub minimal techno label and the Afro House, Afro Tech label. Afro Tech is gonna run it. Ndo-C is gonna run it.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna run the dub techno minimal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. Names of the labels?
Light is New. Light is New is for Afro and Afro Tech. That is run by Ndo-C.
Light is New.
Light is New.
Okay.
Records.
Yeah.
And then the other one is Cumbersome Records. Yes.
So you're not only going to release compilations only on Cumbersome, it's also going to be EPs and singles.
Yeah, and there's more interesting artists from both new labels.
Like who? Audio Tone?
Cartoon, no.
It's Audio 7. The name of the track is Audio 7.
And
so it's actually a brilliant track.
Yeah,
I'll never forget that.
Yeah, Audio 7. It's and the album is Audio Unit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's audio.
I want to know who the artists that are.
The artists.
The interesting artists.
There's okay. I can't say now, but I will just mention one that really I would really wanna push.
Yeah.
On that.
Cumbersome.
Yeah, Cumbersome. It's there's this guy called RGM.
Okay.
RGM.
From where?
From Limpopo, Mpumalanga, Pegasfort, somewhere there. Yeah. And there's Manu again. There's the other guy called Manu.
Yeah.
And those are the two that I can mention now. But there's a lot of them. There's Inovinovic.
So in essence, there's already a lineup of.
There's already
it's
and
just a
there's
matter
some
of releases.
and there's some. It's just a matter of releases. And the songs are already there. The EPs are already there. So it's just a matter of getting some admin sharp and then from there.
So you reckon Light is New is already
released? Yeah, it's on its third release now.
And then Cumbersome has not yet released
anything? Not yet released anything.
Okay, so we're just waiting.
Yeah, we're just waiting.
When do you think your first release on Cumbersome is going to be?
Next year.
Next year?
Yeah, next year.
Is this for the album or for the...
for the label.
Or for the label?
Oh, Usho.
No, in general, I'm asking in general. Obviously, there's still Cumbersome compilation.
Yeah, the compilation is with Candid Beings, that one.
Oh, it's with Candid
Beings. So I won't take it to Cumbersome.
Oh.
Because it's just Candid Beings and it will stay with Candid Beings. And then there's another compilation that I will do that will be strictly for Cumbersome Records.
Yeah.
Yes.
Besides a structure, say Candid Beings with the two subsidiaries, Hama record label, who else are you feeling out there in terms of the sound that you guys have chosen to dab in? Is it, like, who are you feeling that is doing great job out there, and we should take note of?
Candid?
No. In general, of the artists that are out there. Obviously, all the stay true artists are great. But those are people that have spaces.
There's this guy from Botswana. He's who like this new.
Okay.
His name I can't pronounce well.
Yeah.
But he was the first release.
Yeah.
Yeah, first release like this new. He's Afro sound.
Yeah.
Afro house. He's
top sound.
Yeah, he's one guy we should check him out.
Yeah.
And again, there's this guy called Trust SA.
Okay.
Trust SA. Yeah. Now I just discovered him through that time I was home. I think it was 3 weeks back. Dusty introduced me to the guy. Like, hey, this is the guy. I've been receiving promos from this guy, demos from this guy. Check him out.
Yeah.
This is his stuff. Give it a listen. Give it a listen. It's
good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
it's good. And Tina, we're all about unearthing raw talent.
Yeah.
That's what that's what we specialize in.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of artists to look out for. There's a lot. There's a lot. Even there's DJ Lou.
Yeah.
You know DJ Lou was
from?
Yeah. DJ Lou is one artist.
Okay. So one of the concerns I've been getting from people that actually purchase music out there is that the market is so saturated with releases every week, and everyone is opening up record labels. Now you can't filter the noise from the good stuff.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So in essence, back then, there was one route of music is coming through. Vinny would be playing new stuff. We'd all be listening to Urban Beat.
Yeah,
we'd be listening to Kid Funk. We'd be listening to that. So you had a way of channeling what comes in. But then we realized a lot of the music being channeled in was actually the record label's choice of sound. It was not my choice of sound. Then people chose to open record labels out there to say we also want to get our sound out there. It's something new, it's something fresh. Now you find that the market is oversaturated with music. Like in 1 week there's like 20 releases.
Yeah, same as there was Lento Kulmangayo. There was I think that time Kupuma Giants, I think there were like 4 or 5 projects at Deep House which were from top artists and top labels that came out on the same day. So there's I was talking to Manando this other time. Manando was like, hey man, there's too much music. Even the stuff Ezipume previously to this week, I haven't listened to them properly.
Yeah.
So every week there's more stuff coming. So your question was, how do we separate the music from the noise?
Yeah.
For us, that one is a very tricky one because it just happens. If we release something, we make sure it's of quality and it resonates with our identity and where we want to go and what we want to do as a label. So Abantu who checks that the Lama project now and the sound, they would it will be them to choose.
Yeah. What do they go for?
Yeah, what do they go for? What do they want?
Yeah.
Tina, we just give what we want people to listen to or to hear.
Yeah.
And then people will just choose. We don't know which one is the noise, which one is. But one thing we know about us, quality. Yeah, quality, definitely.
Finally has come back like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Right? Unfortunately, the accessibility of gear and accessibility of the actual copies of albums is a tad bit of a schlep. But obviously, when you got a lot of money, or let me not say a lot of money, if you've got extra dough to spend, obviously you purchase records, you ship in, you buy from those that sell. Are you guys looking at saying, let's maybe take certain DJs and put them in that line of in that direction, to say you guys are going analog wise, so you're going to be doing those analog gigs and then go and chain and release on
and press.
Vinyl. Press. Because I do believe Uguti pressing sometimes has better sales than digital releases.
Yeah, in terms of pressing, we want anything. Ngeke sithi kube nama artists or DJs who would go the analog route, and like that it's just a personal decision that one would take. And then as soon as we see what, okay, you're interested in this, I think we'll start having more of presses and more of DJs who like in-house DJs, because I think Mood Dusty was doing radio shows where he would make a DJ resident for that for a certain period of time, and then maybe change. I think we will just try to incorporate analog into that radio show.
Is confirm the station was called Candid Being radio station?
It was Candid Being's radio show.
Yeah, Candid Being's radio show. Is it still on?
Yeah, it is still on.
So where do you catch the
Mixcloud?
Mixcloud.
Yeah, Mixcloud.
Only on Mixcloud?
Yeah, Mixcloud. We're still working on getting it to Spotify and all.
Oh, okay. How are the streams? How's the revenue for streams?
The revenue for streams is alright.
Is it better than sales?
I think they are just, streams are just a little bit higher, better than the sales. Because sales, more people don't really buy music. There's things like Spotify and all those things. So if you just have Spotify, they don't need to send the music to Ndo-C or send the music to If they have it on their phone, they can just access the music anytime they want to. Because they pay monthly subscriptions and all.
Do you see your music being played, or music that comes from Candid being played on radio?
Yes.
Besides specific shows. On rotation, like your normal Amapiano tracks that are on rotation. Yeah,
we are working on
radio edits.
Radio edits.
Okay.
Yeah, we're working on making sure that. But with this radio thing, it's very tricky. Because some have to pay to get their songs to play on radio. Yeah. Some have to do certain funny things just to. So I think if it was by merit, the songs would have been playing by now.
Have you guys ever had such a situation whereby if you're asking to get your music on rotation or submit your music, then you get asked for right?
Yeah, Tina, we did, but I think most of the time we don't really ask for our songs to do that.
Yeah,
Tina, we do it ourselves. We submit, or maybe we do it ourselves. Maybe we never. There was a time where I was doing a radio interviews and all these things. That's when I would maybe talk to Munto Shy and say, okay, just add this song.
Yeah, on rotation.
And then whenever it happens like that, there's no money that is
you've been
requested or anything like that.
Yeah.
But whenever if you just come and say boss, this is what I would like to happen, and this is what I would really want.
Yeah.
And it would be like, but they won't tell you straight. Uzotshela umuntu oke wayenza before. Uthi say this is because nathi like we were submitting not getting response. So someone a very close friend of ours is also a producer.
Yeah.
We had a conversation one day, and then he just told me, okay, British, this is how it's done here.
And his music is on rotation.
Yeah. His music is on not high rotation from the one, but it's just because Deep House is. Not Deep House is not on rotation, but it won't be really on rotation from the one because of Amapiano and other genres that people really relate to them.
I beg to differ. Konongo Magasinia Oats that's doing a rotation. It did the rotation tops. And that song was meant to be a Deep House song. And then here it is on top rotation.
I think for it to uthi fake rotation is how many people received the song.
Yeah.
Because the song is just simple and in a
It's got a sing along feel.
Yeah, sing along feel, and it catches your attention, even if you are a R&B person or whatever music you listen to. But it has that thing. It just catches your attention, and then you will have that sing along feel, and also the messages and all the things on the song. Maybe some people relate more because of the situations that they're in life and all those things.
Yeah.
But I think that it will be sharp because, for example, we have people like Bongani Mehlomakulu.
Yeah.
Bongani Mehlomakulu, in his writings and poetry in music, he writes about real stuff that are happening. He writes about like the very same thing as what Sina Oud did.
Yeah.
And the artist he was working with.
Yeah.
But I don't really get to understand why that received a lot of attention than the other songs that are actually preaching the same messages.
Yeah.
Or not really same messages, but that direction of messages and really talking about life in general, the problems we encountering and all those things.
Yeah.
So it's just for Sina Oud, it's just that I won't say luck.
Yeah.
21, but
it was his time.
Yeah, it was his time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They always say God is in control.
Yes, and the timing is always perfect.
In terms of awards, do you see Candid being artists? So like literally there is South African Deep House Awatds, right?
Yes, there is.
And yeah, maybe look at you, I've never been to the actual event for one, and I'm not even sure whether they broadcast it. I've always caught glimpse of it.
They don't broadcast it.
I've always caught glimpse of it on social media, Awards, and who
it's
won.
More on social media.
Yeah, who won and how, who do you vote for that thing?
Yeah, it's that one is just a game of numbers.
Yeah,
it's
a game of numbers.
And if maybe a certain label has certain numbers, so it will automatically mean they would have a certain entries.
So how do you qualify? How is Candid being gonna qualify to be part of South African South African Deep House Music Awards?
Yeah, again, listen to there's this thing, man, that you register with.
Yeah.
Same as Risa and all those.
Oh, so Risa, Kapaso, Samro.
Yeah.
Are they the people that submit?
No, I get food. It comes with nama foods.
Oh, okay.
And then when vote like who are nama nominees?
Yes,
that's nominees are nama numbers.
And then who decides which these are the numbers? It's the bodies now.
Yeah, it's the bodies. Over Deep House Awards and all those things. Like I don't really like eating. I've never been Umuntu Awards, man. Even the lamest song can win 20 awards. That for me is not.
We all saw this other song yesterday and win Song of the Year.
Yeah, you see, like even like I've never been a person on my awards and all these things, but I would like us to win something or to dominate somewhere.
Yeah.
But I've never been a person on my awards, man. Even the lamest song, even the song that you've never heard before can cross us over to another year.
Yeah.
So I'm never that person who hey, awards and all these things. I don't really care about them. What I care about and what we care about as a label is putting out good music and making sure the music is heard.
Yeah.
Using different techniques, using different strategies and marketing. That's what we want. There's awards and all these things. Yes, we would like to see maybe a song being nominated or an album being nominated. It would be nice, but I mean,
You know why I'm asking this questioning, Ebuza? I've always found that Deep House is majority of the time in isolation, and then they end up labeling artists as underground artists when an artist is really not underground. You know, it's just that music work for one is not on high rotation because what release the week Uma Porisa no Kabza released their album, or release the same week Itria Celebration released their album. So everybody's focus gets taken away. Number two, South Africa is not big on internet yet, right? We're getting there nice and easy and slow, but it's not that everybody has got access to a Wi-Fi. They can sit and stream as much as they like. There's a limitation there. With that limitation, it says you took 20,000 rands after release yako and you put money on social media for marketing, you put money on YouTube for marketing, you put money on getting the songs into specific areas that you think it will have a high impact. You end up missing the layman people that listen to a radio, for instance, where my consumption of music majority of the time is Channel O because it's not DSTV engine, or Metro FM because that's what I listen to in the car. You understand? So you've missed out on that entire market because your particular niche is based on where are the numbers right now. Okay, so the numbers are there and there and there and there. And then you find great artists becoming underground because they missed that gap of marketing. Now, obviously, your marketing strategy plays a big role in where do the artists get played, and obviously now leading to accolades. Accolades they affirm the artist and the label to say we are noticing you. You understand? Whether there's money involved or not, but at least if it is affirmed, a stamp yoguti, no, we've seen you in the market and you qualify to be one of those record labels that we can post and promote. Young Tal, I think majority of the bodies that are out there were actually meant to do that for people. Abu Risa, Kapaso, Isam, they're meant to be there so as they can collect royalties for people and say, now I'm a royalties one. But one thing I've noticed is there's a lot of people that don't understand how those things work. They say all the information is sitting online. You go online and you look for all that information. You read as far as your jargon can explain what this is how this works. But there's a lot of information is lacking amongst people. It's lacking amongst artists. And I mean, dude.
Yeah, I think there's some. I would advise I'm artist.
Yeah.
To invest in learning about the music industry in terms of it being a business.
Okay, if here's my question. Where does then an artist ukale out as a bedroom producer now start learning all of this information?
When?
Where?
There's seminars that for example, the seminar I think seminar or whatever they call it. Christos.
Yes. Okay.
And they bring about Bagurisa, they bring about Kapaso, they bring for them to explain. And if you did not understand what they were saying in that particular session, you can go to them one-on-one right there. After maybe the session, you go to them, they sit with you down, they explain to you how this thing works, if you want this to happen, this is how you should go, that's one example that I can give. There's so many seminars that are being hosted around, even in Cape Town. So they must just go out there and socialize with people and get into spaces where they would learn as much as they would about the music industry.
Yeah.
Yes.
So majority of what you know is where you found your information.
Yeah, it's where I went, seminars,
talking to one-on-one and directly to people as to how these things function.
Yeah, and even if you are when someone is doing something that you don't have information about, don't be like,
yeah, of course, you don't do that.
Yeah,
you go and ask.
So how like what can you not what can you tell me, but
You ask specific
questions. You ask specific questions for specific things that you need to know about. So you ask, okay, Fred, I see you doing this, and then now direction. How did you reach that, and how did you go about this situation? Okay, I'm having this hiccup now, and then I've read, or ever since I followed you, I saw you've encountered the same thing. So how did you fight it, or how did you go about it? Like such things.
So the information.
The problem with us is that to those people who you go and search for information to, they feel like after giving you the information, they will lose something. Which, I mean, I don't see a reason why Melo Uber be information go.
True.
You see, one person who I really admire in terms of information about the industry and getting to, like, he would advise you on things you didn't ask advice for. But because of he is following your progress, and we are on good on the way. For example, Spinworks.
There's
this guy called Spinworks. He would give you guidance. Okay, what wanna British? If you know solo, I wanna like such things without even you going to text and spin. Oh no man, solo. Okay, I would maybe see it before, or maybe while it's happening, he would see it, and then maybe later come to you and say, oh no man, I saw this and this. Oh, such things maybe I'll advise, because I want to go to they've been industries, and they faced a lot of things with industry. So those are the challenges. So those are the right people to even talk to in terms of music and the music business, and how, like, to go about maybe my strategies. Like, say, now this is what I want to do, and then this is how I want to approach it. Okay, you want to approach it like this? How about you approach it like this because of this and this and this? Like, you start having a conversation, and then from there the conversation will go until it gets to a point where you're no longer talking about that, you just expanded the scope
of what you want to do, basically.
And then you've talked about a lot of things that are even outside the music industry, maybe some life advice or such things. So the conversation always leads to a lot of information. Even if you wanted this, then you end up getting this.
True. When do you think you're going to make your first million?
Million.
Confirm we're judging the amount of work you're putting in, right?
Correct. Million as British or million as in like.
No, the record label, when it makes a million, it's not necessarily the label that makes a million. It's even the artists, and then you have to pay overheads and all of that jazz. The amount of work you are putting in terms of being part of the strategy making, being part of the marketing team, looking for solutions to problems, investigations, and putting out the music as far as you possibly can, to a point when you get bookings, you play music from your label to promote it as far as possible. And I think you're gonna make your first million.
I just give me another 10 years.
So you reckon the music industry in South Africa currently can provide an artist with that?
It can.
It's just a matter of working.
It's just a matter of putting the work and knowing the right people who can just give info, like who can advise you into the right direction, who can give you tools to even go as far as getting your first million.
So before we wrap up, I wanted to ask, what is in the future plans of Cumbersome Records, Candid Beings, Light is New, and British as an artist? Like, what should we be looking forward to?
Obviously more music, because music is the business of the day,
of course,
core business. More music, more events, more merchandise, more fresh artists. Yeah, just a lot, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah, so
some I can't mention now.
Why?
Jay.
This is now plans in the pipeline for a Candid piece.
Yeah, we're dealing with
strategy meetings, basically.
Yeah. One thing about us, we deal with an element of surprise.
Yeah.
That's one thing that kept us really relevant and can capture a lot of. We can get a lot of followers and people get familiar with our music and all because of that element of surprise.
Yeah.
It always keeps people thinking what's next, what's
So where do we catch British on socials and upcoming events?
Socials, it's British SA. My page is British SA, and then my personal account it's Jabulani Dube, and then Instagram it's Jabulani it's British _ SA, and then Twitter same. But I'm not more on Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter is just too complicated for me.
But apparently it's working better.
Yeah, it is working better. At least the label is more on the Twitter and like social media presence is there.
Yeah.
So me as Jabulani, so British, Twitter. Maybe I'm still learning.
Slowly but sure.
I'll get it.
You should hire a manager for the socials.
Yeah.
It would be easier for you to focus on everything else.
Yeah, of course.
So
for now,
it's Instagram and Facebook, British SA, British _ SA Instagram, British SA on Facebook,
and then personal account is Jabulani British Dube.
Right, and then when it comes to Candid Beings,
it's Candid Beings Records.
So Candid across
all.
So there's no pages yet for Cumbersome Records.
There is pages.
Oh, for Cumbersome Records and
Light is new. Yeah, Light is new recordings, and then Cumbersome Records. Cumbersome Records, it was a label that I wanted to start a long time ago. Even if you check the page, when was the page created? It was like 2016.
So it's been alive for a while.
It's been
there. You've been
it's been there for a long time.
Yeah.
So
then you said on Mixcloud, it's Candid Being Records radio show. And that's where we get to hear all the exclusives and the new sound that's coming out. And all that information.
And then in terms of gigs, I'm doing Perere for Candid Beings. There's what's the name? It's Tequila Gang in London. SA presents Candid Beings. Candid Beings something with Dusty, Mood Dusty. So it's sort of a showcase of the label's music, but specifically the Giants compilation that was released by Mood Dusty just now.
Alright.
Yeah, and then I'll be doing Perere 28th, and then 29th at Kailicha doing Analogue Culture. Cookout.
Alright, Wafo, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate your time. We wish you luck on everything that you guys are doing. We shall be watching out for all of the stuff that you do.
Yes, we must watch out for this other producer called Sware. Must just
I've
watch
heard
out.
of Sware. Is he the one from Botswana?
The one from Botswana is from Sware is from Free State. Yeah, he's quite a tight producer.
Yeah,
that tight.
Thank you very much for joining us today. Please do subscribe to the page. Leave a comment. Share the information. Share the page. And let's grow the followers. And for whatever suggestions you have pertaining to what information you would like our guests to answer, who would you like to see be interviewed, drop a comment on Facebook, send me an inbox, anywhere, man. We're out for it. And actually, I'm keen to interview the people that listen to the music more than the artists themselves as well. To say, let's have a conversation and you can tell all our artists and all the DJs how you feel, what is your opinions and what are your suggestions. My name is DJ Ndo-C and you're watching Analogue Culture. #pa.